Redwire stock has been one of the most popular space companies. It's not even really a full space company. They've pivoted massively to be in the defense world, which has also benefited them tremendously because as they reported their revenues here about 2.5 weeks ago, Redwire reported record revenue. They came in with revenue of 117 million and gross margins of 27.8%. And they had a record backlog of 542 million. Now, these numbers aren't massive. You see 117 million versus 542 million, but you kind of compare that in to the levels that they're at currently. If you look at their stock and you compare them to, well, first, if you look at the stock and you compare it to the deals that they have signed, which would be included in a $2.6 billion deal that they signed for NASA, and they also work on Artemis, and then they signed a Space Dome contract where they're working with the Golden Dome, $151 billion. So they signed a 2.6 or 2.7, how much was it? 2.6 billion dollar deal, and they signed a $151 billion deal. And when they signed these deals, what a lot of people were focused on was, oh my gosh, they're going to get a huge chunk of this. They're probably going to get, billions in backlog. They didn't get billions in backlog. In fact, they got just about, again, 542 million in backlog. That means current contracts that they're a part of. Now, the fact that they're a part of those deals, like the $151 billion deal, means they could still see a lot more revenue from that. They might see another billion, for example. But as of right now, they have 542 million. Now, the problem arises when you say, okay, imagine a company that has these deals for, a year from now, 2 years from now, but they haven't actually done it yet. They haven't spent money on materials. They haven't billed subcontractors. They haven't spent money to deliver. So you could see that, either they don't get the contracts later, they convert to maybe not have as much contract. That's the bear case, or that they have to spend a lot to fulfill on some of the contracts. So the backlog looks amazing. That looks like good news. They're, again, 542 million backlog, 100 million plus in revenue per quarter, and their market cap's still only at 3.3 billion. So they're a $12 stock. They're still very small. Most projections, according to Prophecy, which if you guys want to get it for free, you can get access to it when you join VIP of our chart reading challenge in the first link in the description. But you can see some of the projections from top AI models for this company. Very bullish into the next year, anticipating $12 to $15 a share pretty easily. And then also you have some volatility in the next month, the next few weeks. A lot of these projections are over 50% accurate. So you do see some of the bullishness projecting for this company. But what I mean is when we look at their backlog here, 542 million, the issue is, okay, first, they could have more expenses related to those deals. But secondly, one thing you want to watch with that is you're looking at a company that hasn't seen the money hit the financials yet, and they're still recording those negative net incomes. So that means that you're still seeing them not fully materialize some of that into revenue. And if they don't materialize it into revenue, then things could look very bad. However, the good part is they took advantage of signing a good amount of deals. We're talking being a part of over $150 billion worth of deals when they're a tiny little market cap of $3 billion right now, puts them as a top growing company. They also found that it was the best time to do so because of the Trump administration with the Golden Dome and all of the missile defense. And so you can see they've entered into space exploration, space defense, and then autonomous aircrafts. They broke ground on, and I believe finished the facilities in Indiana, and then they also opened one in New Mexico. And so as they open their new facilities, and that costs money, some of that negative net income or amount that they spent, including another one here in Huntsville, was money that went towards those facilities. Discounting those, they're going to have those facilities. They're going to have more ability to then develop more in some of these contracts that they have. And they've got many, many contracts in the 20 million. They've got Army contracts. It seems they've got Space Defense, Department of Defense, and they're working with aviation, with pretty heavy on the defense side, by the way, which in this market, it's better to rely on space companies that are relying on pretty guaranteed money from the government, as opposed to, let's say generally commercial, because the space volatility, the volatility of just the space tech market is going to be a lot heavier than also having a foothold or a position to collect revenue from the government and that large defense spending that the US continues to love to spend money on. It is unbelievable, but it is very beneficial for these types of companies that are in the business of providing solutions for those, and also for NASA. And they're also heavy in the pure play of the space tech market. So considering all those things together, they recently pulled back, and we just did a video earlier on some data center picks. If you guys want to take a look, make sure to subscribe, take a look at those companies that we covered today. But preparing for the week, here's what we got. So we traded Redwire this last week, and we made a great trade on Redwire. It was a profitable 10-20% trade that we caught right here. It was a 10% swing from about $12 up to $14, and we caught that in our live trading session. And if you ever want to tune on into that, again, second link below. But then we had this resistance get touched around 14. They sold back down. They did validate a new level of support here right around this 11.50. And now they're hanging between 11.50 and $14 with the resistance actually around 12.80 that they're going to be touching most likely into this market open tomorrow. So they're now kind of consolidating, not super bullish. They're actually getting rejected slightly. But the space tech market saw a nice recovery after the SpaceX IPO, which, as you know, this company surged to $28, if you didn't know, and then sold down to what was $7 a share after the IPO. It's like clockwork. And then now the integrity of their financials, again, looks good, but just watching that execution, the moment the execution stalls on an earnings, then you got to ask questions. But right now, things looking solid for the company, and their overall trend continuing to grow. Seems that in the last few years, they've gone from $2 a share to as high as 26, but right now they're holding at $12 a share. With the next target, it's going to be around this $14 to $15 range, with the nearest support level, once again, around $11.50 to watch into tomorrow market open session. So that will be the focus for this week. Again, I think that they're on the right track. They just need to continue to keep that momentum into this next quarter as well. As they have a lot of contracts, can they continue to actually convert them into revenue and not just have them signed into this next quarter? So that's what we'll be watching. Financials look good. Balance sheet looks good. Plenty of equity. It's just a matter of execution for Redwire into the long term. And then also potentially seeing some nice volatility to take advantage of in the short term, which we'll be taking a look at in our chart reading challenge for this week. If you've never learned how to read the charts, but you've always wanted to, join for free in the first link below. If I earned your thumbs up, hit the like button. Do consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.